Hi guys, welcome to another wonderful episode on Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we discuss everything and anything. I'm your host, Fineboy David, and today we'll be discussing addiction and coping mechanism. In today's world, how do you cope to an addiction? If you are into drugs, how do you get out of drugs? If you are into woman, how do you leave woman? If you enter and commit into a relationship, how do you cope when the relationship is gone? That's what we're going to be discussing today. With me are familiar faces, people around the time. To my right is Messi. It's nice to have you on the show, Messi.
Thank you for having me.
It's always nice to have you. And Donny.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Esoro now.
Blessings.
Did you like all this Yoruba Dimo? To my left is Tolu Ashe. It's nice to have you on the show.
Is that the appropriate introduction?
It's nice to be here.
Y'all love it at me and shit.
See how they just look for my trouble. Now as we should we bring up an addiction and talk about it? Addiction.
No, I feel
by
like
think the
everyone
topic
should pick
is-
their. No. We can just talk generally on addiction.
Wait,
Pick a
I
particular
think-
thing you want to talk about. You can't pick just one because not everybody relates
No, we
to
can
just
go
one.
one after the other.
Anyhow you
Like-
want it to go.
Like, I honestly feel like the topic addiction and coping mechanism among youth should not be centered around the fact that, I feel like we should talk about the reason, the causes, and, the best life advices you would give to young people.
There are so many causes
Yeah,
for
exactly.
addiction. First of all, can be pleasure, and one of the most common is heartbreak. Just so you know,
Uh,
when
Depression.
depression is
Depression.
not even that strong. It's not.
Are
Oh.
If you
sure?
ask people who, okay, why are you smoking? Is it that for pleasure or something happened to them? Then they went into addiction, or let's say it's drugs we're talking about now. I know someone who they broke his heart, and the next best thing to do was Igbo, which did not go well for him. But thank God he's out of it now, Sha. But specifically, I don't want to talk about addiction in the normal sense. The reason why I mentioned relationship is because relationships are an addiction too. Sorry, you get addicted to this person. You always want to see this person. You want to speak with this person. You want to do stuff with this person. What happens when there's a void and this person is gone? Donny, I want to hear your voice first.
I can't really relate though, but
You can't know what? That reminds me of confession
Bro, I've
session.
never had him on this set before. That's why I feel stressed.
That reminds me of confession session. You are going to do one. You not had any care. Oh yeah,
no, come on.
I feel like that's why I say we should not just limit it to relationship. I feel like pick your Bruno, whatever you know that.
You will pick your Bruno Mars and you shoot your grade at it. Oh yeah.
Fair quiz, bro.
Okay, yes. Could you say the question again, please?
So you know they said with us.
I was there, but like I need to
get
digest it.
we get back to you. Messi, pick your bone and treat.
Alright, so I was reading a documentary or whatever about different types of addiction and stuff like that. And before now, I think like I only knew like 3 that I was aware of. Drugs, whatever types, pornography, and then gambling addiction. Let me say I didn't see others as addiction as like a condition.
Normal day-to-day life.
I saw shopping addiction. I saw a lot of other addictions like that, and then I saw relationship dependency. It wasn't relationship addiction. And I think out of all the ones I saw, I could identify with 2. But man, if you're talking about causes, let me start with relationship dependency. I spoke at length about relationship last week, so I'm not going to open my chapters today. But anyways, relationship, it requires, there cannot be any addiction like that will be fruitful in a relationship. How will I say it? If you are so obsessed, it can't be fruitful.
That's true.
It can't make sense. It can't go far.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
I think if you have to be obsessed, it has to be two to tango something. One can't be obsessed and the other will be.
I feel like every
Even
stage
if 2
of
are
obsession,
obsessed,
every stage of
I
obsession
feel like
is
it
not
just
good enough.
it's not healthy.
So even before the beginning of this topic. I like the topic because it's something that so many people don't even realize that they they face or they struggle with. Addiction basically is a psychological issue that makes you compulsively have to do this thing to feel better. Or addiction could just be, it could just be a cognitive recurrence, like you just have to do this thing because you have to do it. And in the case of addiction, okay, we've dived into relationships. In the case of addiction to relationship, sometimes you don't realize that even though you are with somebody, you should be independent in your own thoughts, in your own feelings, and these type of things. And then, like I said, every stage of addiction is a problem. Every stage of addiction, whether both people are addicted, every stage of addiction is a problem. Because in the cases where you don't have control over your own mind, over your own actions, then you would say that you are trapped. You're trapped inside your own body.
But do guys get addicted?
Guys get addicted. Guys get
I've
addicted.
noticed some guys addicted to pornography.
No
To
pornography,
romance,
just even in a relationship.
relationship.
Guys get addicted. Guys get addicted. Like they can think on their own, eh? But once they're around their babe, they don't have mind of their own. They have like no sense of reasoning and stuff like that. And when we see it as love, but sometimes it's very annoying. Bro, think like what?
There's
Then
this small girl.
you always want to be around her. You always want. Now becomes like
Obsession.
yeah, obsession. There's a word I'm trying to look for. Like you're not becoming possessive. Too possessive, yeah.
Evil spirits.
I want to be always clingy. I mean, I hate anything clinginess. Like from the beginning, you always want to smell her. Like when I see somebody picking my, let me even say the craziest thing on this to smell it because I like to smell. Bro, that's another crazy addiction. No, I've heard stories.
Definitely.
I've witnessed
There's
events.
an
I think we
addiction
should
to
relax.
people have addiction
Let's
to
Tell you,
relax.
drop
What?
your undies in the house, eh? Drop your undies when maybe come to visit me. Just leave your undies, don't worry. Or leave any of your dress or something. Just leave it, and then they'll be smelling all day.
No,
Like,
wait,
it makes them feel better.
Let's justify smelling shit.
This is not shared.
Exactly.
again-
Let's justify smelling on
But
this
then again,
Yes, now. They want to smell the lady herself, not whatever not the perfume, the girl, the babe. Like I've heard and witnessed a lot of things like that. So both guys and girls can get addicted to relationship, and that's why I prefer the way the documentary said relationship dependency. Because if you go into the addiction relationship, it's more of mental than
always
just.
mental.
It's always mental. I know, but it's too mental.
Yeah.
It's too crazy.
it's a stage of psychosis.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to ask directly, Daniel, what are you addicted to?
TikTok.
No.
I doubt.
Forming baritone voice.
I don't I don't really have any relationship going on. So
No. General.
general.
Now, why are you addicted to?
Drugs, sex,
cover my life in
gambling,
the blood of Jesus. Not possible. Not possible.
pornography,
Not possible. I don't know.
social media.
No.
So wait, there's nothing
Shopping.
that you do, like you just have to
Alcohol.
do it every day?
You just have to do it every
Looks
day.
like a routine, but if
But not
if
if
you
you
don't
check it.
if you don't do it,
like you would not
For
feel
me
the
not to
same.
have realized, I don't think there's like most times addiction when you are doing things like that, we feel is wrong. That's why we call it addiction because it's not supposed
no,
to
you
be
don't
that.
have to feel.
You don't
Most
have
people
to-
don't
to
feel
be
it's
very
wrong.
honest. Especially in the case of gambling addiction.
Having sex, wanting
No,
to have sex 24/7 is normal. It's good for the body. It's good. It's cardio. It's a lot of things.
Controlled.
No, not necessarily having sex all and sundry,
Yeah,
but
I feel
like
you.
the.
But that's the thing about addiction. Because I
I'm
said it's
just-
psychotic.
I'm
Putting
just-
someone inside sporty bed.
I don't
Like
get-
because it's a psychotic behavior. Actually, it actually leans towards being excessive and being irrational. To be very honest.
Okay, let me give you an example of an unnecessary addiction for me. Sleep.
Sleep.
Any day, anytime, in a moving vehicle, on
That's-
the plane, the world is coming to an end. I can be sleeping.
I feel like
No.
yes. You see, that's one thing.
That's an unhealthy
And
addiction.
would you say addiction also affects the quality of your life? Would you say that particular addiction has affected the quality of your life negatively?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
They give me peace of mind any day.
No, it has.
Maybe-
I'll tell you how it has.
No, I-
Wait,
I'll tell you how it has.
before you land, before you land, where I go to, I don't like it. now, see, the thing about my sleep is, it comes whenever I want it to, and sometimes it comes like a thief.
Yeah,
It takes me
suddenly.
away, and let's say I work a lot, so sometimes I have to stay awake, and my body is not just agreeing for me to stay awake. There are sometimes I have work to do, but I have to sleep, and I'm telling you that I have to maybe sometimes close my eyes like an hour for me to stay up the next, maybe sleep from 11 to 12, so I can have a good night walk from 12 to 6
So
a.m. in the
basically,
morning.
you're not addicted to sleep.
I am.
You are just sleep
I
deprived.
am. I'm not sleep
You
deprived.
are
No, 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 no.
by
I'm.
sleeping.
I.
That's
Let's say I'm
beautiful.
coping by sleeping.
That's
I like that
So
English.
that's not your addiction. That's your
but,
coping mechanism.
but I know for a fact that my sleep is an addiction. I love to sleep. If there's an option that has go to work today, eat food, go for a walk or sleep, you see me sleeping any day, anytime. I can pick my sleep over food. I can pick my sleep over work. I
Yes, that's
can
an addiction.
let me add something of pleasure. I can pick my sleep over touching a woman.
Oh, lo, lo, lo.
Wow.
So
It's gonna be
Mercy,
crazy. It's gonna be a
what's
long,
an
long
addiction
day.
for you that you will not get any addiction? We'll get back to you.
I don't know. I have a lot of crazy addictions. Okay, but if I should look at my life, one thing I can't do with I don't know. There are a lot of things that I know that
Korean
that
film.
I'm not addicted to Korean. I don't watch Korean film.
That's
No,
another
wow.
material. So I love watching movies. I have to eat. I have to
Yes,
watch movies
no,
when I
I've been
eat.
noticing myself now these days. I'm about to sit on the dining. The whole family is on the dining.
Oh,
They're having a
oh,
conversation. That's a
that's
concern.
their
I
business.
have a particular seat. So like the table basket or whatever is like right in front of me. I just place it like that. Eating. Sometimes my dad will have to call my attention to something. I'm like, sorry, sir. But I don't feel like that's my own addiction. I don't want to talk about my addiction. I just want to talk about something that maybe I've witnessed. Let's start with this shopping addiction of a thing. Okay. Let me talk about money spending addiction.
Money spending.
Yeah,
addiction.
I have that kind of addiction. I have money and it's always pinching me to spend.
That's
and not just
that's on the women's side. That's for the women
no,
folk.
men have it.
That-
There's
Eh?
nothing
Eh?
like
Eh?
that.
Have it.
You
Eh?
cannot say.
Eh?
You cannot say that that's for
See,
the women.
see,
Your best friend don't have it.
between
Your
me and my
boyfriend
best
don't have
friend, between me and my best friend,
Eh.
there is
nothing
always
like
a
that.
retraction session where after an unnecessary expenditure,
Obviously.
we go back and start lamenting shit.
Everybody
That
does
doesn't mean-
that.
Everybody does that
Does that.
now.
Yeah.
Not me.
See,
Wait,
you're not making it sound like it's a woman thing because maybe
No, I think
irrational
it's
and
that
maybe
I have
off.
an addiction. Most times after eating, I always like buying something, like mostly snacks and everything.
Oh yeah,
Always.
something like that.
Every
Just
But
to
day.
like-
have.
you
like,
end up
again-
eating it that night.
Yes.
But like you
most
people are not
times.
actually considering
Same
what
cycle.
addiction really is. These are just obsessive behaviors.
Yes,
These are just
that's-
things
I
that
don't- I
you
don't
do.
really
And like
see
it's,
it as
it,
the addiction
when
in
you do
itself-
them, that's when it grows into
Into an addiction.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say that me personally, the only thing I was addicted to was crocheting. So as a crochet artist, I used to be addicted to crocheting, and it stemmed from the fact that I needed it to cope with things that were happening to me in my life. So it became the situation of I would rather crochet than eat, sleep, live, work, everything.
Okay, wait.
I would rather crochet than do my schoolwork.
So
or-
that raises
or
a question.
anything.
That raises a question. Do addictions stem up from coping for something?
Yes,
like,
definitely.
You are getting addicted to something because it helps you cope
Cope
with
with something
another thing.
else. Yeah.
It can. Mostly it
Mostly
is.
it does.
But another way you can look at addiction is it's just something that becomes a habit, routine. It's something that
Exactly,
it's
routine.
not just because you are coping with something, you enjoy it. Let's take for
Sure.
example masturbation. The pleasure it
Yeah,
gives you.
that's what NIPA people have been doing since. Because I don't understand the life system. But let's not go there.
Pleasure it
I
gives
beg.
you. You don't need to look for a partner. You don't have to beg on your knees. You don't have to have a one night stand, and then you get satisfied.
Or
at the
basically-
later end. Wait now, hold on. It now becomes like something you're not really coping. Maybe you're not even sex
You're not
starved.
coping with
Maybe you're not
anything, I
sex starved
just-
though. Maybe you just feel like you are naked and I need to feel some things and stuff
Yeah, I
like
need to
that.
feel
And then,
something.
yes,
Yeah.
now, and then it happens.
And from routine,
And then tomorrow
it becomes
you'll be
addiction.
like, I need to, I'm stressed. I need to like, you know, relax and stuff like that, and you do it, and then you don't. Sometimes you don't feel addiction. You never know you're addicted to something.
Eh,
You never.
Most
You
of
keep
the
on
time.
enjoying it. So
Until
you might
it
not be
becomes a real
coping. You
problem.
might be having sex. You might have sex morning to night, and that evening you're like, I've had sex stress today. I'm so stressed because of this sex. So let me relax.
Le-
I
wait.
use masturbation to relax. You understand? You're not really coping at that moment. It's just like a routine,
Yeah.
and then you enjoy it. It now becomes a habit that you
But,
can't stop.
but I'm trying to remember a name. There's this biology scientist that came up with the use and misuse of body parts. In this case we're talking about now,
Say
it states like use and misuse of body parts. So if you are not using your hand, your brain tends to just know that you are not using the hand. So
Okay.
it doesn't particularly supply nutrients to the hand
and
anymore
disuse,
because exactly.
yeah.
So it is supplied to other places that are functional. So for the aspect of, let's say you masturbate today, you masturbate tomorrow, it starts to become a normal thing in your
reproductive
mind.
organ
Yes,
functional.
exactly. So your brain
And that
starts
is why
seeing
it's
it
a psychotic
as
behavior.
Yes, now.
your brain starts seeing it as okay, this
You
is
must do
something
this
exactly you
to
must do every day
provide
to
more nutrients,
provide more
blood
for it
flow
and
and stuff
everything
like
you get. The same thing for sex too, because I think if you go once, you want to go again, just like that.
Steve, I have a question for you because you're ladies. How can no? Can you cope with a guy that has a very high sex drive and then doesn't know that he's sex addicted? Okay, let me give you a scenario. I know somebody, yeah? I don't know the person, but the scenario. I know somebody, yeah?
Let's
My boyfriend-
pretend we don't know the person. No, go on.
What do you mean?
Let's pretend.
Go on.
We don't know- let's pretend we don't know the
Like-
person.
Holy shit.
she isn't the sexually active person like that. She can have sex when she wants to have sex rather, but not an all time. I'm up, I'm ready. And your guy is morning, afternoon, night, 24/7. Just bring it here, bring it on, give it to me, blah blah blah. Hold on, you've been communicating, bro or babe. I'm not in the mood. You use your period as
Hey,
thing,
2 weeks
an
period,
excuse.
1 month
You
period.
use look your face, the waiting on understand. Only your face. Go raise them. Now only ovulation they know the year. They know the ovulation
For
is
real.
supposed to gather. Use all the phases of menstrual cycle as an excuse not to have sex with the person. Then next thing you get the person's having sex outside. Maybe not somebody you know.
You
Maybe
know
just
you got
went to
me
a
in that
brothel
mood.
and then
Now
had
I know
sex
you
with,
want that
you
too.
know, sex commercial person, whatever. And then
Sex commercial person.
and then you find out, and then it's like, babe, see, I'm just trying to cope with my sex addiction, this and that. No, it doesn't even tell you sex addiction. With my high sex drive, I don't want to force things with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be forcing sex on you. So are you going to say, okay, babe, it's fine, as long as it's only like prostitutes, or let me call them prostitutes, sex workers you are having sex with, somebody I'm related to or something, and as long as you're using protection, so you don't give me STIs. You'll be like, can't you just, I don't know, control yourself, control your behavior? How do you react as a lady?
I feel like in every situation, in every obsessive situation, in any excessive situation, you should always, number one, in that type of situation, because I'm personalizing it now, there always has to be the proper support system, number one. I'll get back to that. But before that, when you realize that this person compulsively needs to do this thing, you know that the person needs therapy. You know he's not alright. You know that. Wait, hold that thought. You know that this person is not alright.
I won't give him a simple
Yes,
solution.
you will.
All this long talk, the vex
You
me.
know that this person is not alright. You know that this person actually is going through something. It does not. You know
that this is
going through something. Going through
a lot of hormones.
Relax, let's see. Going through something does not have to mean mentally. Going through something could be a physical disorder. It could be a hormonal disorder. It could be anything. Do you understand?
Spiritual.
When you start
What if you just
there is no how that you would. There's been a case of a man that I heard about, and this man would wank every day
One bar is the one car.
for 8 days. Sorry, 8 times a day, every single day. And there's an amount of semen that the body can produce. Eventually, the man died. Hold on, please. Hold on.
Times a day.
Mhm.
How many times a week? How many times a month?
Every day.
He's still on the good side, but go on.
Oh, really?
I think it's 21 times a day
Can
that is
relate.
excessive. No, there's a number 21
Anyway.
times a day.
Every day.
Yes,
Anyway.
21 times a
Oh my
day, every
God,
day.
David.
That's when it becomes too much.
See, you
Eh.
know that you watch. It's different.
Don't be my anger.
Wait, what? You don't have anything to do with your
The
life.
important thing is that this man
Every
died
hour.
of a heart attack. This man died of a heart attack that could be directly related to the fact that he had this this excessive compulsive disorder or this addiction.
Don't know where I picked this girl from.
In every case of addiction,
Fuck you talking about
you should
that?
always know that this person is not mentally alright.
See, Mercy.
Every case of
Mercy.
in every case of
Oh.
addiction.
If the roles were reversed, your babe is the sexually active one. Come on, yeah, come on, trouser. Put that in your
2
pants,
seconds,
put that-
every 2 seconds.
Now,
Come on.
how you react to that? What would be your coping mechanism for your babe?
She needs Jesus.
If I see I've tried my best, I will just.
I feel like men should even enjoy it. Men should
This
even
time.
crave it.
I don't
Sexually
think
sexually
so.
active. babe.
I don't think it's,
When we are
it
supposed
should
to
be
working and finding
excessive.
money, we are 8 hours a day.
Again.
Don't worry,
I-
you will be doing it as they are on you.
How do you want me
Every
to be
case of
productive?
addiction
I don't have
needs
strength
mental
again.
health.
There is something called post-nut clarity. Now let me clarify what post-nut clarity means. It means your brain will open up after it. So sometimes you have to get post-nut clarity. It
we're
clears
talking
your
about not
mind.
doing it.
I know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you
Too
how
much.
how productive it
you
will be.
become, yeah.
You would-
There are
After.
8 billion people in this planet. When I see it comes to that, and I've tried my best, and it's not working, what will you use to that?
What's the other one?
Use
I
the
will
door.
leave- I will please
Leave the relationship.
Relationship.
But again, because of the type of person I am, I don't agree on leaving the relationship because then you are leaving him for somebody else.
I
Now,
said
you not
I'll
start-
try my best.
You ain't one.
If it doesn't
Take
work,
this nigga to Yaba left.
Now you not start your coping mechanism of maybe taking what they call this, all this
Hormone
pills
dollars.
or $1 whatever that will make you. No, $1.
Okay, not okay. Hormone boosters.
Sex,
Oh, sorry.
boosters, yeah, that will make you.
What will those pills do?
They boost libido.
See.
Right.
See. No. Like for what you said, this guy don't beat all the bush way the Lagos State. I want to go straight to the
Are
point.
there pills that can reduce things like
Yes, they are. There are
Yes,
pills that
there
can
are.
reduce and
You know what I'm
increase.
saying? That what if the ladies hold on?
That what I want to say.
Is not to increase our own libido for
That-
the guy.
that's what I-
You cannot in that case.
You-
You cannot be increasing when somebody is not normal.
Wait.
So one person you are
Let's not
Forex.
use pills. There are safer methods like chocolates, like drops.
There's no how.
There's something called a
Why
sex
would you
chocolate.
read-
There's something called a sex
Yeah,
chocolate.
sure. But
There
we're
is
talking
now
about in the
something
case
We're
of.
called-
talking about
Hold
using
We're not talking
pills.
about
We're not
using
talking about
pills.
whatever you're using. We're talking about
In the
next
case-
I'm saying the girl should
Use pills
not pills.
But you know, there's
to
tendency you
increase
get
to meet up
Yes.
to
Man,
it.
there's tendency you get
Yeah.
addicted.
This
You
person-
get addicted
Then
to
two
that
abnormal
same thing.
people. No.
What do you mean by
Mercy,
that?
you have
I mean, every time you're always like,
Mercy.
Okay.
You have two abnormal people dating each other.
and
Two abnormal
so that
people.
you
It's
not
not
spread
like-
the
it's not like-
abnormality to
it's
the
not
world
like-
now. Enjoy it, keep it to yourself.
See,
Keep it to your closet.
See, the first thing I would even advise is walk out of the relationship. Then now that you don't want to walk out of the relationship, we will do
Sorry.
timetable. Sign here.
Oh my god.
We will do timetable.
Timetable says can never work for me.
That means the issue of addiction is something I maybe
That-
you don't have
first
a
of
good
all,
understanding
first of all,
Oh.
it's not even. First of all, at that point, that relationship is in jeopardy, because peradventure they get married, peradventure she's pregnant, peradventure she's throwing tantrums, peradventure she's not just maybe in 2 months she's
Yeah.
not okay. Then
You're like-
of course
Mhm.
that relationship is breaking down somewhere, and let them not lie to you.
Take him to Yaba left.
Waiting the Yaba lives. Let them not lie to you. As much as they will tell you that, oh, this guy is just doing it because the urge is there, blah 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 blah. It's a lie. If the urge comes back next time, his mind will not be thinking of you that is depriving him.
Definitely.
His mind will be thinking of the next best place is gonna get this shit done as fast as possible.
Because it's an
That's why
addiction.
it went out.
Wait, that's what I'm giving. I'm telling you that relationship is going to break sometime because the guy obviously is going to cheat. And when the time comes and he has the urges, even if the babe is on, let's say she was the name of that, what's the name of that this thing in your cycle where your hormones are up, even if she's ovulating and okay, the guy knows that she's ovulating, if he wants to have sex, he's not going to be thinking of his babe that used to deprive him. He's going to be thinking of the person that is giving to him
What he
whenever,
wants.
however he wants. Now, it's very simple. There are times when guys to peak. At that point of peak, whoever you do it is the next person you're going to think of whenever you have the urge again.
But we're talking about the case of this person.
I'm telling you that relationship is not going to work.
Definitely.
They have to
now
work
that
out
the
of
lady
it.
is now like going to meet up with him, they're already at a bar. They already, before you even say put on your skirt, say put on your trouser, put on your shokoto, put on your.
Do you know the funny thing? At some point, the pills are going to work out of the way
What
because
if the pills
her
are
body, her body is going to get used to it, producing that much hormones for her.
But
So at
that's
some
not
point, she will need
easy.
to stop.
Hormones can be
Do you
strong.
That's what I'm
realize-
saying. That's what I'm saying. That at some point they will both be on the same level. She won't have
Insanity.
to use pills
Yes, any
anymore.
longer.
The body will just know that yes, I need this amount of progesterone.
So instead of
Every
fixing
day.
one person, we have two abnormal people.
You are the one that is
Now,
no.
it's good.
You are the
now.
one that is saying
Someone
that.
said one in just in the street.
But those are two abnormal people. In any case, that's why I keep saying, in any case of addiction,
Yeah.
there is a problem that needs to be
See,
solved.
you know
because
what?
addiction actually drains from somebody's life.
You know
Addiction
what?
is something that you constantly have to
You
battle
know what?
to control
You know
yourself.
You know what?
Your everything.
You know
because
what?
instead of doing productive things, I'm sorry. Instead of doing productive things like making money, doing things that will actually aid your life, improve the quality of your life and the quantity of your life, you are spending it on knacking.
Now, I love your input so far and everything, but we are going to end this episode here, and we're going to be back with part 2 of this because I'm not satisfied though. I'm not satisfied yet. The we've not even reached anywhere. Conversation will just start.
And I only now we talk about
Conversation will just start.
You guys are going
So we're going to have a second episode of this. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Bye for now.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.